I've always loved the music of Octopath Traveler, and now with the announcement of the sequel, I figured it'd be a good time to look back at the 8 Travelers' musical themes to see which ones really reign supreme. It'd be really appreciated if you subscribed. Trying to grow this channel, and even though it's just a passion project of mine right now, it'd be really cool to see if we could grow a community here. So, last place had to go to someone, and even though all 8 of these songs are great, the last place had to go to Therion. I don't dislike this theme, it's just my least favorite. It really says a lot about the music that the worst character theme, quote, worst, is still pretty good. I just don't think the melody is all that interesting, although it does fit the character pretty well. Honestly, it's the one that I have the least to say about, and that's why it ranks at the bottom of this list. Olberic is 7th since I'm not a huge fan of the instrumentation and the fact that it's not a great representation of the character. It's more just the warrior than Olberic the warrior. In that sense, I actually think Hikari's theme improves on Olberic's, at least from what we've seen in the trailer. My biggest gripe with Olberic's theme is that the main melody is strings followed by brass, but the short motif is just a solo cello. We already have character themes represented by strings being Cyrus and Primrose, and every other family of instrument being percussion, woodwind, and strings is represented by at least one character. It would have been better if the solo motif was played just by a horn to better round out the cast, and I think that would be more fitting as well. Number 6 is Cyrus. Cyrus is probably my least favorite and least played character in the game. However, I gotta say, his theme is pretty fun. It's lighthearted, but still serious, reflecting both his personality and his journey throughout the game. I play violin myself, and I've had lots of fun learning just random pieces from Octopath. I play Cyrus's theme and try to figure it out pretty often, despite it not being incredibly interesting. I still think it's really fun. And I don't really see any way that it could be improved, so I just like the other ones ahead of this one more. It's a little weird to have my least played Traveler and my starting character right next to each other on the list, but Ophelia's here at number 5. The Frostlands has some of my favorite music in the entire game. It's just so, for lack of a better term, warm feeling, and Ophelia's theme is no exception. It's just such a comfy melody to listen to, and the piano accompaniment in the short motif invokes the synthesized ostinatos that characterize the Frostlands music. Put an example up right here. I just really like this one. Yeah, so now we're getting to the ones that I really love. I think that this is the theme that best represents everything about the character. The melody and orchestration remind me of the towns and melodies of the coastlands where she's from. The harmonica is such a unique timbre, and despite not explicitly referencing the flute, violin, accordion melodies of the coastlands, it fits right in with the rest of them. Besides that, the melody is just genuinely charming and nice to listen to, and that's why it gets number 4 on this list. Set in a fast-paced 3/4 time, Primrose's theme has by far the funkiest bass line out of all 8. Besides that, guitar was the obvious choice for her instrument, and the melody is a perfect combination of sadness, hope, resentment, and nobility. Much like a rose, Primrose has a beautiful melody with a very percussive, thorny-sounding accompaniment. Pairing the staccato of plucked strings with bowed violin is what really makes this theme an excellent fit for the character. It's really hard to compare Primrose's theme with Agnia's from the upcoming Octopath Traveler 2, since they're pretty much completely different characters, but honestly both are amazing and stand on their own. It was really hard to pick between Alfyn and Primrose for the 2 and 3 spots. Despite being completely different, I like both of them just as much. But the smooth alto sax of Alfyn's theme with the very gentle guitar accompaniment, it really describes Alfyn's personality and journey. That's why I gave it the number 2 spot. It's just such a pleasant melody. It really sounds like I'm repeating myself a lot, like, oh yeah, I really like this song and it works for the character. But Alfyn's might be just the purest example of that. It's just so nice to listen to. It also has the distinction of being the only theme to change its time signature between the one you usually hear and the short motif. So the Forestlands has some of the most minimal orchestration out of all the regions in Orstera, and Hannett's theme sticks to that style. It's the only solo piece out of the 8, and the mysterious piano melody twinged with sadness giving way to a bright, hopeful B section, it doesn't just describe the character, it gives her even more personality than is just given to us in cutscenes. Most of the character themes are pretty on the nose with their character archetypes, but Hannett's theme is so unique that it makes me want to know more about her. The pianist is very loose with the time, speeding up and slowing down to really accent the emotion of the melody. There's nothing else quite like this in the entire game, and that's why Hannett's theme is my favorite Traveler theme in Octopath Traveler. So, what did we learn about the character themes of Octopath? Well, half of them are in 3/4 time, there isn't a single character represented by brass, and ranking them was really, really hard since they're all so good. Seriously, the lowest ranked one on this list is like a 6 out of 10 for me, and the rest I absolutely adore. As for what I want to see out of Octopath 2 as far as character themes, I think that Agnia and Hikari are already pretty good, and I especially love Agnia's theme because I've been playing it on violin over and over, and I just love it. The game is confirmed to have significantly more jazz than the original, which is fun. Pertitio will probably be jazz. Throne might be similar enough to Therion or Primrose. I hate the furry lolly already. Oswald the Scholar is a complete 180 from Cyrus the Scholar, and I'm really excited to see what that one is. I think he has the most musical potential for storytelling, and I really don't have much to say about the Apothecary and Cleric since what we know about them is pretty vague. We've got, 5 months now until the game drops, so, I'm so ready for this, dudes.